So, after the absolute disasters that were the previous two movies, we're finally back on track and starting afresh with X-Men First Class from 2011.
Oh,
Directed
yeah.
and co-written by Matthew Vaughn, along with Jane Goldman, Ashley Edward Miller, and another guy whose name I've forgotten, who the previous two co-wrote the Four movie that came out that year. So, hey,
Wait, so
go
a
both.
guy who's working on both the Fox side and the MCU side. How
And
about that?
it featured the return of Bryan Singer to the series, albeit as a producer and a co-writer of this film's story.
Ah, yes.
So, 2011, we're just recovering from, like I said, the train wrecks that were the two previous movies.
And in the
So,
meantime, the MCU has basically risen from nowhere, and is basically not damaging, but threatening with competition. So Fox had to recover very fast from this.
Here's the thing.
and
The
get some
MCU
fresh
had
blood in.
not one, but two movies coming out in the year 2011. Thor and Captain America First Avenger.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay. We'll get more into the new cast as we go
yeah,
on.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
start before the Fox logo in 3, 2, 1, click.
Needless to say, I can remember the environment for the superhero stuff here. I was much younger back then, and I was a bit more interested in the MCU, but I was also a fan of the X-Men movies back in the
Jesus,
day. If there's one
Jesus
thing I
Christ.
what?
Go on, sorry.
If there's one thing I recall, me and my friends were very skeptical about this movie for a few
Jesus Christ.
reasons.
Four producers, four screenplays, and two writers. This is
Yeah,
Two
a
story.
Frankenstein monster of something.
Bad Hat
So,
Harry, whoever
that's
they
Bryan
are.
Singer's. That's Bryan Singer's production company.
So if I recall
So,
correctly, aside from one minor cameo, every major role is being basically recasted, being this being a prequel and all this.
yes, this time we have James McAvoy playing Professor X. We've got Michael Fassbender as Magneto, Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. We have Emma Frost, who was in the previous movie, being recast again. This time played by January Jones. Nicholas Hoult as Beast. Wait, did you get us the first movie by mistake?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, it's literally the same scene.
A bit of backstory, folks. See, back when the Origins project was a thing, alongside X-Men Origins Wolverine, there was going to be an X-Men Origins Magneto movie.
Magneto.
However, that movie did not exactly die. Mind you, it got partially canceled because of how X-Men Origins Wolverine turned out, but let's just say a lot of it got absorbed into this new movie, which is quite apparent here, whereas we start with the first scene from the original movie.
Yeah, I forgot this. Did they recycle the exact same scene, or did they reshoot it?
I think there were some reshoots here and there.
It really does
Because
look like the same one.
They got a new actor to play young Magneto for the bits afterwards.
Well, yeah, definitely, but like, dang, it's almost eerie how much they managed to replicate this scene.
Also, gotta love just a note. Considering how Hitler was super obsessed with the occult, gotta love how just because this kid was Jewish, did not decide to use it as a super weapon, but just throw it in a concentration camp like the others.
About that, here, let's
West
just
Chester,
say
New
someone
York.
I'm
on
just talking
this...
about these movies.
Oh, hey, Albert Einstein.
So yeah, Matthew Vaughn, up to this point, he was known for making films such as Layer Cake and Stardust. And he produced some films here and there, most notably a couple of Guy Ritchie's earlier movies.
Have you actually seen Stardust, Wibbs? Just to know. I actually did. It was one of the movies that I saw in cinema back then. I have hazy memories of it, but confusing it too. Do you have an important plot character stuffed in the fridge? Oops.
Yeah.
Well, hot chocolate's not all that great anyway, so...
I forget if at this point his mother was...
Oh, hi, Mystique.
Yeah.
So who's playing her?
I I don't know who the younger actress is, I'm afraid.
A smile.
Hi, naked little girl. This is making me uncomfortable. Okay, folks, welcome to the first big retcon made by this movie.
Yeah, Mystique is a good person in this continuity.
Not only that, she was the step-sibling of Charles Xavier, who I guess his parents were A-okay letting him keep around.
I mean, I guess it's better Batman Kane Marco, I suppose.
Did he even have the rights to that character?
Yes, Dibs, it's a Juggernaut.
That's the Juggernaut. Basically, Dibs, in the comics, the Juggernaut is actually Charles Xavier's stepbrother. He's not even a mutant originally.
No, he just found basically a Chaos Emerald and became
Have you
super
guys got
popular.
subtitles on for when they speak German?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's Kevin Bacon.
Huh.
As a librarian?
No, he plays Schmidt, the main villain of the movie. Okay,
Basically, he's
German, so I don't know how his German speaking is.
Basically, he's not like most other German Nazis in this case. For one thing, he sees the whole blonde eyes
Sebastian
thing.
Shaw. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. We're doing the Hellfire Club in this movie?
Yes, we are.
Oh.
So, apparently this movie was made because, well, for Fox didn't want the rights to go back to Marvel.
Ha!
Similar to Fan
Where have I was about to say, where have I heard this before? I mean,
Reminder.
Unlike Fan though, this film was both profitable and good.
I think around this time too, either around this time or like a couple of years later, there was this thing where Marvel wanted the Fantastic Four back, but in order to do anything, in order to not give back those rights to them, Fox agreed to give to Marvel instead the Daredevil characters and I think the Punisher. No, Punisher was Sony. I forgot. But at the very least, Daredevil.
You know, funny story. Bryan Singer was the first choice to come back to direct this film, but he had to drop out because he was doing Jack the Giant Slayer.
Next.
oh boy, Jack the Giant Slayer.
Also,
that movie went so well.
torture.
So,
room.
because
Why?
little Magneto here couldn't quite, get the coin to move, let's just say Schmidt here is going to try and get a little motivation.
Oh boy. Okay, I do appreciate that they do speak German throughout this scene as opposed to constantly switching to English and back.
Go play with a Walter PK-38.
Cute. Simple, just move the coin. With your mind you, or I will shoot your mother dead. You can do
Counting
it!
for 10 in German. With
Here's an
Kevin
idea. Eric. Use the coin to kill him. It's possible
trying.
to use the coin as a projectile.
Well,
He's
Tio,
trying-
he's
he's
trying
trying
to
to
move it at all, but he's having trouble.
I mean, it's interesting because Matthew Vaughn has said that Magneto is his favorite X-Man.
Huh. I could definitely get
He's
that from this
dismissed.
movie.
And he's dismissed Professor X as being Santa. Oh.
Well, unfortunately, he
You-
couldn't save his mother.
He doesn't like Professor X. He thinks he's sanctimonious and boring.
Huh.
This is gonna bite. If this is consistent, it's gonna bite him in the ass so hard in Dark Phoenix. Just
Yes.
saying. Oh, jeez.
It's good. All we need to do is just cause you immense trauma.
Gee, triggering the guy who had immense power is making me giggle, even though my life is in danger.
Well,
his
he's
isn't
not
in
wearing
danger,
any
but
metal.
there was,
Yeah, but he's in a room chock full of metal things. Probably should look for his life.
Well, let's just say there's a little bit more to this guy than meets the eye.
Sorry, Jova. Nazi.
Transformers.
No. What's it called? I forgot the name of the actor. Whatever. Elrond. Ugh.
It's funny because Blitzwing is actually quite German in Transformers animated.
I mean, whatever. Joke aborted.
Well done, Eric.
We've killed your
All I'd have to do is
mother.
pick you off and bam.
It's quite simple, you see. You're the opposite of the Hulk. You work better with anger. Oh boy! Brian, let's
do we need an
not.
adult?
Brian, I know. Let's just not, okay? Thank you. Ah, Brian Singer.
5 Deutsches Reich.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of a
First class.
it's kind of a shame that this wasn't attached to the MCU at the time because this would have so been a perfect tie-in for Hydra.
2147.
There we are, Michael Fassbender.
Michael
as Magneto.
Fassbender.
Hi there, Assassin's Creed member. How you doing?
A guy who would go on to have a worse video game movie than the one his wife was in the year later.
Wait, his
What a
wife-
shame.
Wait, what movie was his wife in?
Tomb Raider 2018.
Oh, huh. How about that? Their video game movies
unlike
were in
with
the same
Assassin's
year.
Creed. Well, here's the thing, Joe. Unlike with Assassin's Creed, the Square Enix is actually willing to continue that reboot movie
Yeah,
series.
it's got a sequel.
Interesting.
I mean, we don't know if it's gonna be cancelled or not, but who knows?
It's only just been announced.
Yeah.
And there's James McAvoy as...
Along with Yuna.
Is Westchester a place in Britain, Dwibs?
Yes.
Also, what a classy gentleman, Professor X, using his powers to pick up ladies.
I get the feeling the director here may not like Mr. X. Oh, no. Not that kind of mutant. I mean the cool kind of mutant. Well, that certainly tickles my fancy when you call me the superior life form.
Police?
Yeah.
Oh, my, your sister sounds very American.
She's adopted.
Oh, well, alright, that explains a lot then.
Okay, I'm gonna be quite honest. I've never been the biggest fan of Jennifer Lawrence as an actor. Even in good movies, I've just never been that impressed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, don't worry, you will eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the best aging ever.
Stock up on the Rogaine.
I mean, mistake, it could be worse. You could be actually having sex with an extra-dimensional demon and have an outspawn of a son.
Or you could end
Just
up
saying.
Or you could end up having sex with Sabretooth and having a son who hates mutants.
Oh,
Or
God.
having to work with Brett Ratner. I mean, that's a fate I wouldn't wish on anybody.
Actually, on another subject similar to this job, I forgot. Who is Daken's mother instead?
Daka?
The son of Wolverine.
Oh! Shoot, I have forgotten. Wolvie gets around a lot.
Yeah, but basically Daken is his edgy teenager son who hates him and wants to be evil all the time.
I forget if that was Storm or something.
Well, I'm gonna check in the meantime anyway, as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Daken at that time is a supervillain.
Remember, he was also in the Dark Avengers, I think, at some point.
Yes. Yes, he was.
Okay, so their idea of a bedtime story is him reading his
Oh,
thesis.
right.
Oh, cute.
All right. Dakin's mother was Itsu.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a Jova. Jova? Have you had this happen before? You know, your mom or dad read you a thesis and you fell asleep.
Lord
Well,
knows that would be a good way to make one fall
species
asleep.
are kind of boring to listen to. Just saying.
Well, they are then. Howdy.
Michael Fassbender is James Bond. Doo-doo.
Well, this is the 1960s, so
Oh, it's speaking French. Uh-huh.
It's funny, too, because Dakin was ranked 6th in Comic Alliance's 50 years sexiest male characters in comics list.
Oh, he's not ugly.
True that.
No.
yeah, don't do that, mate. Quit hitting yourself.
Oof. That's a oof right there.
Who's still alive, it seems.
Of course.
Oh dear. Fancy going to the dentist, mate?
Oh. Ow. Argentina, of course.
Why is it always Argentina?
I guess it was a good place to,
Oh,
yeah.
well, mind you, it didn't work out well for one of them. He got caught.
Oh,
Well, at least he didn't kill him.
that could have
Just get
been a
another one,
lot
you're a banker.
worse.
Yeah, I mean, look who you. I would love to kill you.
But
But I'll just take my bar back and bid you good day.
and I will kill
Yeah.
you.
Wrong Fox movie.
So viva Las Vegas. Okay.
Not to be confused with Las Vegas, Romania, I guess.
No, we're here in Nevada.
Here we are. Here's Moira McTaggart, looking a lot different than in X-Men: The Last Stand. Again, this is a prequel, so fair enough. This time, she's played by Rose Byrne, who is Australian.
Oh boy, this Hellfire Club sure sounds like an upstanding gentleman's club, I do believe. Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
guess that's what
was that their official recruitment by?
Oh, hi
am,
there, Emma Frost. You're looking more proper like
Yeah,
yourself.
for the record, Libs, this is very close to her default costume in the comics.
In fact, I can't tell if she's wearing more or less.
Well, she was in the previous movie, but she was played by someone else.
And it was
She
in
was
a
a
more
lot
like
younger back
because
then.
it was a prisoner like that.
This film takes place a decade earlier, although Origins is apparently now non-canon.
Yeah, the weird
So,
thing was that this was
yeah.
before they made X-Men Origins Wolverine
Well, it
non-canon.
makes sense. It makes sense it makes sense in the fact that it's a common origin, but then the timeline splits into two at that point of Days of Future Past. On one hand, it goes the direction of X-Men Origins and then all that jazz from the original trilogy, and on the other, the thing that gets split from Days of Future Past, then Apocalypse, and then Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right, which is weird.
Also, the Deadpool movies.
Oh, of course. Weird that she doesn't have a Scottish accent
it's
in this
interesting
movie.
that- yeah, Moira McTaggart is American in this movie.
Which is a weird retcon.
She's a CIA agent, and despite being American, she's played by an Australian.
And again, she's supposed to be Scottish, as X-Men 3 established.
And there's Kevin Bacon again.
Who actually
Looking-
looks somehow
he was
younger.
Yeah, he's aged amazingly in the 20-year gap between the start of the movie and here.
Also, we're just referencing the Cold War.
Well, it's the 1960s.
Yep.
Yeah. Spin to win.
Although, I mean, it's a better comic book movie. Kevin Bacon was in the one he'd be in 2 years later.
Huh. Oh yeah, he was in that other thing.
R.I.P.D.
That was a superhero movie?
No, it was a Men in Black ripoff. Mino habla vodka.
Russian.
Fuck off.
Yeah, about that.
That's obvious. That's obviously segue into the champagne being poisoned.
So now we have Tornado Man.
Let me check who this guy actually is. It can't be Whirlwind. Whirlwind is as gadgets, not.
Are you sure you won't reconsider?
Wolf. Oh, Riptide. That's his name. Played by Alex Gonzalez.
Peekaboo.
Oh boy.
Okay, this is taking the entire power set of Emma Frost that she has after the events of Extinction, because before that she was only having the power of mental powers like reading your minds, conditioning you to do things for her, stuff like that. But after an event by Extinction,
Satan.
Okay then.
This guy is like a red version of Nightcrawler. Weirdly enough.
I don't remember who this guy is.
Alright.
Anyway, basically after that event, Emma Frost gains the ability of transforming her skin in literal diamond, basically making her indestructible.
That guy on the right, is that the guy who was in Nuremberg, the movie?
I don't know.
Huh.
Oh, I think that's supposed to be Nightcrawler's father.
Okay. That mutant is called Azazel.
Azazel, yeah, that's Nightcrawler's father.
I wonder if he's his father in this continuity.
That makes sense, the teleportation powers.
And Bataille, too.
Mm-hmm. Basically, Dweebs, that's the guy who in the comics had sex with Mystique and was Nightcrawler's father.
Yeah, I guess we can assume.
You're saying is making me glad those things don't happen in these movies.
Well, honestly, Dweebs, who knows? Maybe. Oh wait, no, you're right. That couldn't have happened. Especially since.
I mean, just because they don't show it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen.
True.
If they talk about it.
I guess it depends. Like, I guess if he waited until Mystique became of age, and since when Nightcrawler does show up, it's way later.
What I mean, Dweebs, is that they can include something like this in the movies, just not show it graphically. Unless it's R-rated.
It's actually one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Just the general tone and how it's done.
And how Michael S. Bender manages to, switch languages in a fly.
Oh, Magneto will have had years and years to learn, plus Michael Fassbender's part
Caspartina, Miami. That face looked familiar.
Very familiar.
Besides, Fassbender's part German, so...
Huh.
There you go.
So he was perfect to play Magneto. Oh, German beer.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, that's the look of someone who wants to shove a broomstick up your ass.
Very
He's
funny.
got a very distinctive laugh.
You better be ready to talk or I'm gonna gut you like a pig.
Ooh, Dusseldorf, eh?
Uh-oh.
To family?
You might want to get out of there.
I think they're trying to enjoy the beer while they can.
Look how awkward it is, though. Also, the music in this film was done by Henry Jackman.
Oh yeah, I can definitely tell that's a Jackman soundtrack. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Well, of course. Oh.
It's PG-13 though, so we're not gonna show it too graphically.
But what the? Oh, mate, you could just.
Drop the gun.
No, you can't. We can't drop the gun. But oh well.
Oh.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind just swinging my beer.
Let me guess, your worst nightmare.
I'm Frankenstein's monster.
Close enough.
Okay.
Oh, it's the first English lines of dialogue he's had in this movie.
Oh boy.
You could have used a knife, you know.
Oh, hello.
Xavier,
things-
what are you doing?
Those things are common amongst university parties.
Lives, I saw Animal House. I know what students are capable of doing. It just doesn't make them less stupid.
I get maybe they're trying to, show, oh, look at how rambunctious he was as a kid. But in the comics, Xavier was more responsible in his youth. Granted, he got balder
I
sooner
get we
in
do
his
want
youth,
to make
too.
it a stick in the mud or something, but this is going too far.
Yeah, don't try to pick up.
Xavier, is Xavier a pickup line all about mutation?
I guess. Oh.
Bomber.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Whoa!
Yeah. Oh. And when it comes to the matter of mutants, his mind goes from playful to serious in a nanosecond. That's what I like.
I'm sorry, aren't you supposed to be Scottish, my dear? I mean, normally I wouldn't make a stink about it, but let's not forget, this was before the whole time travel retcon thing. So, this movie is suggesting that Moira McTaggart started off American, yet somehow became Scottish.
Good. That means we can kill you easy. What is that? Oh, a grenade.
Clever.
I think I saw already the actor of this General Colonel, whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Glenn Morshower. I'll check
Oh
later.
boy.
And... Oh dear. Oh.
Yeah, let's just say that Sebastian Shaw is kind of overpowered in terms of power.
Basically, he absorbs power, channels it into himself.
And he's quasi-immortal.
Depends on the continuity, but yeah, the more power he absorbs, the more rejuvenated he gets. Granted, he does expend
They
that.
can do that.
He does expend that power every now and then. Also, I think that's kind of a movie exclusive thing. But yeah, depending on the continuity, how he uses the energy he absorbs changes. Like in the animated series, it just overall makes him stronger here and there, and he burns it off eventually. In this version, it not only keeps him nice and young, but apparently he can use it to fry people. Ha! Aren't you a snarky little boy?
Funny.
Agent Stryker, eh?
Hmm. All right.
Ooh. Hi. No way.
I can't believe this.
Also, is that Jonah Hill in the background?
I don't know.
No, it's not. Oh, okay. And in terms of the casting of this movie, James McAvoy doesn't exactly resemble Patrick Stewart very
No.
much. But they picked him to play Professor X because it's what TV tropes calls ability over appearance. You know, he's the best actor for the part, and well, it's all that should really matter, really. Get in the car, yeah. Okay.
I can definitely appreciate the humor that this movie provides.
Watch out! While Michael Fassbender is approaching you. What the fuck
He
is
may
this
be
thing?
armed and dangerous. And by
What
armed,
the
I
fuck
mean
was that
anything
in
that is...
entrance scene with him from the water? This is not 007, Michael. Get the fuck off stage.
It's like I said, it's like he wants to be James Bond.
He's gonna kill you!
But it's okay, I can stop him with my mind powers. Oh, yes, by all means, taunt him in German while you're at it, just to rub salt in the wound.
Alright.
Oh, crud.
Well, that was pointless.
Da, 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 da. Da. Deploy missiles. No, no, the flares, sorry. What about missiles?
Now, those people, we do get to hurt.
Oh.
It's probably just bad reception.
Well, yeah, my mind uses Vodafone.
You had to switch to optical fiber.
But yeah, Emma Frost has the, as you saw, Emma Frost has the power to block people
Yeah.
on Facebook. I mean,
Well,
yeah. I keep forgetting his names. I just call him Tornado Man.
Someone in the water. Someone very
someone who
dangerous.
could be my best friend, but also rival.
Your departure trip has been delayed, I'm afraid, on account of vengeance!
Yeah, but he's in the water right now, and eventually he's gonna end up losing his energy.
I don't
Also, that
think
was
he
a
cares
perfectly
much.
good ship you're destroying, Michael. Come on.
Again,
You
vengeance has
shouldn't
taken
be.
priority.
You shouldn't be this violent.
Well, the guy did kill his
Of
mom.
course, it had a submarine attached to it. Why not?
I mean,
this really is a James Bond movie.
Well,
Again, the 1960s.
like, dang, though, I mean...
And I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's literally anchoring himself with magnetism.
I mean, complete with, you know, the retired Nazi, this really does feel like James Bond.
Although apparently, what Wikipedia said, Vaughn discarded Shaw's look from the comics, and he felt he would look like an Austin Powers villain, so he decided to went with another look. Never mind the fact, I kind of disagree. Shaw has a different look, mind you, but doesn't really look like a Bond slash Austin Powers villain. Looks different.
How ironic. They tried to keep him from looking like an Austin Powers villain, yet he feels more like it in this movie, if you were to ask me.
I think this is the start of a great friendship.
And a friendship that will consist of one friend constantly trying to keep the other from becoming a cold-blooded murderer. It's the little things that count. It's a magic trick!
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, Magneto.
You're part of something. What was the line that Samuel Jackson used?
You are part of a bigger
world.
universe than you
Yeah.
think, Mr. Magneto.
The
Over
X-Men
CIA
cinematic.
research base. Near a golf club of all places.
Well, this guy's hey, it says covert, so.
But why a golf club? People would be attracted there.
Well, who'd suspect a golf club?
It's missing a bit of that mansion feeling. You know, that's a thing, actually, when you think about it. We never exactly see Xavier go back to his home in Britain.
Get it? Because it's based off Marvel comics.
Cute.
I think it's better to be
Oh,
painted
yeah,
black,
here's,
though.
Dr. Hank McCoy, played by English actor Nicholas Hoult.
And yet he's
Just
putting on
not in his beast form yet.
That won't be till near the end of the movie.
So you will grow up to be Kelsey Grammer. Ever so British, I see. Isn't Kelsey Grammer American?
Yeah.
Although Kelsey Grammer can put on a good British accent.
It just made like
Wait. You didn't ask, so you didn't tell, eh? So,
Ha 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 ha! You're a Jedi,
it's-
aren't
it's a-
you?
it's a reference to the whole "don't ask, don't tell" policy that the American Army used to have.
Cute.
Apparently, it was a bit of a stressful.
So
thing.
how is he a mutant? Well, allow us to show you, folks. His feet!
In song. Oh,
which is more close to how Beast looked like originally before getting the blue fur and everything.
Yeah, anyone who's seen the original, and I mean the very original X-Men movie, Beast was essentially just a big guy with ape feet.
Yeah. The entire reason why they put him, they gave him the blue fur and everything was to kind of justify his title, because otherwise, if they kept going like that, it would have been just a tad bit racist.
Yeah. That, and when you get down to it, as far as mutants go, he could hide his rather easily.
That too.
Ironic how he went from being able to hide it easily to being one of the most notable types.
Oh,
Hey, JFK.
and Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
Also, in case you're wondering if you saw this movie and Watchmen only, yes, Richard Nixon had a nose really this big.
Oh, yeah. That nose was real.
But let's see his secret weapon.
A bow. Oh no, an helmet.
Yeah.
That helmet looks a
that
little
looks familiar.
familiar.
Oh wow. Okay, so apparently Kevin Bacon's playing Magneto now.
She
Try
can't
and get him out, right?
tell,
Come on. Well, she's trying to get into his mind.
but she can't.
Well,
Liar.
it always has been a bit weird considering that helmet clearly has an opening, like that for the eyes and mouth. So if you're trying to shield your brain anything, there can be potentially an opening for telepath. But again, comic book logic.
I guess the overall idea is like, well, the coating around it
I mean,
portrays
the
something of a
Juggernaut
layer.
helmet makes way more.
So
Juggernaut helmet makes way more sense considering it covers almost his entire head.
You're getting ice from the North Pole to put in your drink.
Get it? Because
Sweetie,
she's
the
Emma
global warming
Frost.
will bite you in the ass in a couple decades.
It's okay, by then we'll rule the world!
Of course.
Aw, Mystique and Beast. Shipped.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
gonna be recurring throughout the entirety of this new era of the X-Men. Basically, X-Men and Beast shipping, pretty much.
Yep, Mystique and Beast getting shipped. Which again is kind of...
Get it? Because eventually we're both blue! Isn't that, compatible?
It's kind of a bit jarring, though, again, considering the original continuity. Not gonna say that Mystique was in love with Magneto, but it seemed like she was way more devoted to him than the likes of Beast. And yes, I know that eventually history does get retcon. The problem is that this is before that retcon comes, so as far as we know, we have no idea why they're acting this way.
Bear in mind, this was a year before the Hunger Games came out, so... Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence, that's what she's most famous for being in the Hunger Games film.
Huh. Good for her.
Hello, internet meme.
Yeah, that's something this movie was really good at getting.
Memes. It's weird though. Kevin Bacon's character's real name is Sebastian Shaw, and yet he was Klaus Schmidt earlier.
Okay.
Cover name.
Yeah, what's so weird about it?
It's a bit. When I first saw this movie, I thought Schmidt was his real name. He just took on Shaw later on.
Schmidt is one of his many
it's
names.
It's tied to his quasi-immortality in a sense that he can live through a long time. So it's pretty much a given that he has adopted different names.
However, as you may notice, Tio mentioned he has quasi-immortality.
It's not invincible.
Mm-hmm. I don't need your help. I'm a loner. Part of...
The MCU?
It's-
Sorry, mate, we'll be gone by the time that happens.
It's funny because in later movies they would have something called a mutant containment unit. Ha 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 ha.
Hardy.
Okay, look. Sometimes when competitors do make jokes like that, it can work, but a lot of times it doesn't.
Because
How nice! The government actually making something that could enhance a mutant's powers rather than try and take it
The guy they're
away.
talking to,
Hmm?
the guy they're talking to is played by Oliver Platt. He doesn't have his character doesn't have a name. He's called Man in Black Suit. But
Yeah, I
he
don't
was
think
in
he's taking. I don't think he's a comic from. He's a character from the comics.
the most infamous.
Oh
thing
God,
I've
he was
seen
in the Beethoven movie.
Well, worse, he was in Ready to Rumble as well.
In 2012, oh jeez.
Ooh.
This is the best movie that I've heard about that he's in.
And yet, sadly, his character is not
Also
recurring.
by Sentinel Man. Yeah, these guys' career is all over the place.
Also, don't expect Stan Lee to be in this movie because they shot it too far away for it to appear.
Too far away? What, like they couldn't fly him over there?
Yeah.
Kind of a shame. You know, it's funny how when it comes...
There it is, our first rendition of Cerebro.
Well, of course, it's just a prototype now.
Yes. Huh. So Beast was the one who designed Cerebro. Funny, X-Men once said that it was Xavier and Magneto, so Xavier's a stinking liar then.
Or Magneto himself. Huh?
Don't touch my hair. I plan to keep it for a long time's sake.
Thank you very much.
Okay, James McAvoy, I want
Okay,
you to
so
pretend
he's
like
trying to-
someone is clenching your head very tightly. Can you do that for me?
Now he's trying to find some new mutants to recruit to his cause.
Cute.
Oh no, I've seen the future. Bad movies. A buyout.
Ugh.
This
Oh, hey,
is
Storm.
Another Storm. Huh?
Hi, I don't know who.
Hi.
Think Kitty Pryde, maybe?
Wait, that would be a bit weird to suggest that she was alive that early.
True.
Considering how she's a kid during the original X-Men movies.
Uh,
Oh, Dazzler, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's Dazzler.
no, I think he's seeing the Hellfire Club. Yay, Xavier and Magneto getting bitches all day.
Also, a funny story. Remember, Matthew Vaughn was who Fox wanted to get to do X-Men: The Last Stand, but he refused. But they got him for this.
Ah! More tea, friend.
So they managed to get him for this movie then, because apparently Fox promised that he get more of a say.
Oh my!
Hello. Oh, I think she's Pixie.
Oh, Pixie, that's right. Also,
It's
topless
funny
scene
because
too.
Pixie in the comic is just think that she has a bit more meat around her bones.
Okay, she unclasped her bra and
How
somehow
would you
it's
like to join
staying
the
on.
Avengers in this? How would you like to join the Avengers? I'm sorry, wrong.
How the heck did her bra stay on as she unclasped it? And why am I thinking so much about that?
Oh no, apparently the movie says that she's supposed to be Tempest.
Who?
Angel Salvatore.
Her?
Yeah, I'm confused too.
She looks more like Pixie. What the heck, Fox?
Oh, hello.
Okay.
They're gonna recruit Aquaman. Wow.
God forbid they were recruiting Namor.
Also, Gary, we're showing clownfishes because Disney made Nemo.
If it's funny, Fox taking pot shots at Disney.
I mean, Warner Bros. Did already 3 years prior to this with Looney Tunes Back in Action.
They did?
Yeah, one of the initial scenes as Bugs fishing
we
from
go,
a
scene of
bucket.
the movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
there
And
we
him
go.
saying he found Nemo.
And hi, Hugh Jackman.
Remember
Thank
that
you.
line. That'll come back to bite
I'm pretty
him.
sure this was Hugh Jackman being pissed off after doing X-Men Origins.
Well, hey, they used the F word quite resourcefully.
Is that foreshadowing, do you reckon?
Yes.
Alright. Dear.
It turns out we may have people who are forming a squad against us. Terrible
The
timing,
Avengers?
that. No, they're busy. And before you ask, no, it's not the Outsiders, they're off-world.
Okay, why do you need so many mirrors?
This is
Vanity.
Kevin Bacon. You can't have enough mirrors.
This is not an effective, barrier against tremors. No, sorry, the graboids.
Oh yeah, Tremors, that's an interesting movie series.
Yeah. Oh no.
We have to make our own Dark Avengers to combat this force.
Oh no, the little Commemoria. Watch out before he turns into an ape statue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a Fox movie, so, President's
10 years prior.
Well, 10 years on. Plus the same year this film released, Rise of the Planet of the Apes released.
God,
Yeah.
in 2 years this movie will be 10 years old.
Also, how many more scenes do you need to wink at the extreme bromance between Charles and Eric?
Don't you see,
Playing
Tio?
chess.
They're just two folks playing chess on the Lincoln Memorial. They've
As
totally...
everyone do.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I remember I did that with my friend back in the day. Ah, she wants to be called Mystique. How cute. Oh my god. I'll admit, this does feel like a prototype of the Avengers 2 scene in the tower. Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Darwin. Yes, his power is adaptation.
So what's he gonna do? If he's in water, does he grow gills? Yes.
Huh. That's a pretty useful power to have. You could survive the apocalypse with that.
Pretty much.
Bushes.
That's stupid.
Oh boy, Banshee.
Oh boy, cover your ears, everybody.
You know, it's funny because...
Congratulations.
It's funny because in some continuities, Banshee actually becomes Moira McTaggart's husband. Oh, so they're calling her Angel. Right, yeah. Even though she would be more fitting for Pixie!
Are you sure that the character's not Pixie? Did you check the credits?
No, Wikipedia calls her Tempest.
Which is weird because she wants to be called Angel in this movie, so... I don't know what they're thinking of. Oh, are you gonna be like that guy from Suicide Squad who can't do your power because you were traumatized by using it?
And you're too powerful.
Alex!
Oh boy.
We're gonna wreck that guy's statue something fierce.
Oh, look. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. And you can make red discs.
I'm sure that statue is very expensive.
What's his character's name?
Havoc. Believe it, they're doing a service just by, restraining him to be like that, because Havoc is one of those mutant characters who is a continuity nerd. Sometimes he's Cyclops' brother, sometimes he's the nexus of all multiverse realities, sometimes he's the host of a pharaoh's mummy, soul or something. It's weird.
Wait, was he that guy who serves Apocalypse in the animated series then?
I think so.
Oh god, he was insane in that.
Oh.
Gotta remind you that this is the 60s.
Yeah. Something tells me they're not very impressed.
Young
Celebrate.
teenager stuff.
Again, it's ironic because Moira McTaggart marries Banshee in some continuities, so in some ways it's like she's scolding her husband.
Also, I'm gonna love about this is probably one of the few superhero movies that is not really afraid of giving superheroes identity names.
Huh. Yeah, I never get why superhero movies hated to do that.
So yeah.
Because, Jova,
Professor
movies are
X
more
is not
mature
very
than
happy with
that.
him. Well, yeah, Professor X, I'm very happy with him.
Oh
Well,
no.
yeah.
We're gonna have to scold you something fierce, children. With another dance party! I could so imagine him being one of those kinds of professors.
Oh, roadblock.
Boy. How am I gonna get out of this one?
Charging guns blazing. Doggo.
How cute.
And don't run away. Oh boy. Although they're gonna be found.
Whoa.
Huh.
Well, they're all pointing their guns at him, but
Oof.
wait, I heard patting in the van.
I'm more surprised that the dog did not freak out.
Well, maybe his powers can affect dogs.
Oh no, that too. It's just that he needed to, create the illusion and keep the dog at bay at the same time.
Hey guys, a Fox movie that takes place in the forest at some point, superhero-wise.
A reminder that any Fox movie, major Fox movie that films in a forest is probably around Vancouver.
Why am I not surprised?
Whoa!
Although if this isn't Vancouver, then shouldn't it have been close enough for Stan Lee to come and cameo in? Oh well.
Oh yeah, I know that actor there, the one with the white mustache.
Who is it?
He was in. He played. He played the scientist who invented that virus in Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, joyful.
Plus, he was in Eyes Wide Shut.
Interesting.
Rade Servedizia. That's his name. Let's see what else he did. Wow, his career is very lengthy. Oh, he was in Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows.
Well, looks like Eric's off to be a maverick.
As Gregorovich lives.
Yeah. Wow, Magneto being a maverick.
Never heard that before. Ale, hey.
Honestly, I wonder if she's just more comfortable with less clothes on.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
Wouldn't that be ironic?
No, wait, please. Sir, I'll
Right, Charles, let's do this. Leroy!
Oh!
Well, he didn't kill anybody.
They're gonna have some massive headaches and some bruises, though.
Yeah.
Seriously, the way they play the bromance is so tight.
I won't let my friend go down this dark path. Aw, it's nice. He put them to sleep and left them wrapped up in the barbed wire. Wow, the sex must be really good for him not to have heard a thing going on out there. Oh dear.
He's
Well, to be fair, honey, he's a little old. Cut him some slack.
We interrupted something.
Yes. Well, actually, no. It's all finished. You'll sleep it off as just a hallucination from the sex. That good. Sugar? What the hell? What was up with her just quoting Rogue of all people?
now you're trapped.
There you go. Where is he? Eric, I know that you're into some kinky stuff, but let's separate business from pleasure for now, please.
I mean, I never thought it would be the woman who would be the one to get hard in this situation. But here we are.
Ooh, she's breaking.
How do you crack diamonds?
You gotta be very strong. Aw, he restrained himself. Perhaps there is a chance for you after all, Eric.
Now with her mind powers broken, we can now find out where Shaw is.
Of course, Cuba.
Why am I not
That's
surprised?
his plan.
And it was
Have
trigger
America
World War III.
and Russia. Yeah, there. But why?
That sounds
Basically,
like
Shaw wants to eradicate the human race in almost complete way so that mutant kind can rise again. Sounds familiar.
Yep. You know, he claims he's not like Hitler, but then he does something like this. He's totally gonna win, you know. I have the utmost of confidence.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, I wouldn't expect someone like Kevin Bacon to play a good bad guy, but yeah, I think he's pulling it off pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, he played a psychotic guy in Tremors, so why not?
Well, to be fair, that psychotic guy was supposed to be our main hero.
Oh, I know. I mean, a villain in many cases is insane, so just play off the insanity, but make it evil, and bam, there you
Just pull
go.
up the curtains. Again, one thing that this movie gets that the previous trilogy didn't is the fact that the X-Men at their core are supposed to be a bunch of teenagers. So Eric's doing exactly that, having a bunch of teenagers fucking around. I mean, even Dark Phoenix manages to get that at its core.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm not quite a fan of what's about to happen next.
Well, I'm playing poker.
No.
I'm not even playing poker, just looking at books.
Hey, Azazel.
Teleports behind you.
Nothing personal, son. Oh dear.
Bye. Ooh.
Well,
Oh,
shoot!
It's raining men.
It's
Hallelujah.
raining
It's raining
men. Wow. There goes Men in the Black.
You're more evolved.
I guess that counts as energy, or I guess he's just absorbed enough so that he can flake that off.
Well, there goes Cerberus.
We. Yeah. Oh yeah, fire a rocket. That'll. Thank you. Most nourishing.
Houston, I believe we have a problem. Smart.
Well, yeah, he's either run away or they're gonna catch him eventually. Pity the CIA don't see it that. Mind you, it's not like they'll be seeing anything now because of that. And as Kevin Bacon watched everyone burn around him, he smiled. Oh. Oops. Yeah, don't shoot your friend, don't shoot your friend. That's the second window you've broken this week.
So,
These are some very well dressed.
parlay.
Wow, cheap suit you folded like.
So
yeah.
you come here often?
So yeah, they've been captured by the well-dressed mutants.
Of the Hellfire Club.
I don't think they call them that in this movie.
They sort of did earlier, although admittedly the Hellfire Club was considered something of a cover.
Swear on me, mama.
Yeah, missed one.
Where have I heard that before? There's a revolution coming. You should join our side or stay out of our way. You're either with us or against us. I see someone's been reading the Revolution Handbook.
It's X-Men 3 done a bit better.
You can fight or all of you will die. You can fight and only most of you will have to die.
Or you can fight and I'll kill you anyway. Oh, shit.
I can make you kings and queens.
Yes.
I'm all for gender equality.
Yeah.
Pixie,
See?
what the hell?
I thought you uncalled that.
Angel, right, yeah, Angel. Ha! You change sides quite easily.
And so is...
We should do something. Shall we do something?
Sorry. Come on, I'll buy you a nice suit so you can blend in with the rest of us. Oh, it was a trap. But, yeah.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. Boop.
Shouldn't your power be able to adapt to that?
Depends how high it is. Then it's kind of messing with him a bit.
I'll tell you, man. The black guy always dies first.
Also, with that he kind of resembled a bit his comic book counterpart. Still,
Yeah, I'm not a
dick
fan.
move.
I'm not really a fan of this move. For instance, not just because he's the only black character, but also because, think about it, his power was to survive. Can you imagine all
Not
the
just
cool
that,
things
this
that
is an
could have done from that?
introduction movie, and you kill characters in an introduction movie. Come on.
Yeah, I will say this: while X-Men First Class was definitely,
So, Kevin, what are you wearing?
yeah, I'll say this: while X-Men First Class is definitely a pretty good movie, I won't deny that I still do have quite a few issues with it. This being one of the biggest ones.
No, again, I'm sorry. The director kind of said that he hated Sebastian Shaw original design, so he preferred this over Sebastian Shaw original design, which is nothing like, say, something like, say, the Vulture.
Yeah, I'll just say it like this: when you get a character who clearly does not like the subject material they're basing stuff off of, I question the choice.
Ooh, missiles in Cuba.
The Mysterious.
Imagine that, the Cuban Missile Crisis. So, yeah, Darwin's dead, and for some reason, Angel, as the movie calls her, is still going along with these people who just killed her friend.
Well, she didn't see him die.
Well, she saw him stick that thing in his mouth, and, well, the results are kind of obvious.
Well, things could be going better.
Oh my
Aw.
god, did they have that much of a party while we were away?
It's personal.
Who would have thought that people may die in this ever so dangerous venture? We could be the Avengers!
Taken.
Okay, we'll be...
The Defender, taken.
We could be the Outsiders,
The
the wrong
Heroes
universe.
for Hire, taken.
We could be the Daughters of a Dragon taken. We could be, God, what's
The
it?
X-Force.
Taken.
But this is Fox.
Taken still by the Canadians.
The Sinister Six. Oh no, wait.
I'm sorry, guys. We want people to like us. Sinister Six may make them think a little lowly of us.
I was with the 360 shot.
Ah.
Camera.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to disorient me with a 360-degree shot? You'll know that my intellect is far greater than that.
I see this a lot from British directors. Yeah, David Yates does it. Matthew Vaughn's doing it here.
Does Britain
I
just
mean,
love
on paper it sounds cool because look at how I can manage to direct
boy.
a scene and everything, but it's just that's rude.
You are so cocky, aren't you?
Yeah.
Even when caught, you're still looking smug.
Guess that's kind of Emma Frost's thing when she's a bad guy.
Also, that's fucking. I forgot his name. I know this actor.
I've seen him and stuff.
From where?
God damn it! I forgot his name.
He'll come to you, don't worry.
He was in God's 2, for example.
Matt Craven?
And there is the X.
Give me a second. Let me check something quickly.
Which is weird, though. This mansion is over in Britain. Whereas the actual mansion would be
Mantics.
later in America.
Location filming. This mansion is still set in America. It's just this particular one is in Britain.
Oh, wait. I thought you said that Westchester was in Britain.
Raymond Wise. That's what I wanted to.
How's that, Dibs?
Never mind. This leaves us with no choice.
Maybe there's a Westchester in America you're suggesting?
Set in America, filmed in Britain.
Yeah, спасибо. Also, stock footage with real-life events.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
So you get it, guys. The Cold War was escalated not because of political incompetence or misunderstandings, but because mutants were piloting the way behind the scenes.
Okay, to their credit, they're actually only applying
Also,
mutant stuff to like one
SARS,
element of the Cold War, but yeah.
That shot just no.
Feels like a trailer shot. Come on, do it. Hit me!
Oh, I'm sorry, I love you too much.
Okay, so basically, Magneto's trying to get Charles to deflect get Charles
Bullets.
to shoot him, so that he'll deflect the bullet.
Part of some intense training. You know what we need? A danger room so that we don't have to endanger our own. Even though the animated series has shown the danger room can be quite lethal when set to a high enough setting.
Yeah, what's with these transitions? Is this all 2003 now?
If it were that, it'd be throughout the whole.
I know, but that's the thing, is we just started to arrive now.
Weird.
The whole movie, not the third act.
Sounds like a Phoenix Force.
Nah.
I can't control it!
No, please.
God, I hate that move in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I hate Phoenix as a character in that game more than anything.
Is it because she dies so easily, or because she wrecks your crap?
Because anything, Jova. She's annoying and not really fun to use, and only used by people to chip away. I would have taken any kind of a mutant like Heisman or hell, bringing back Marrow.
The best thing we got out of her inclusion was the dialogue she says to Phoenix Wright.
Well, that was added later, remember, Jova.
Like I said, that's the best thing we got out of her inclusion.
So let's see if this guy can slice that mannequin without setting
Alright.
anything else on fire.
Yeah, no.
Well,
again, what's up with this?
Fuck?
What the hell?
it's just a montage.
But why three at the same
I-
time?
I get the Hulk throughout. It's like it's about the whole movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. From that era where Banshee could use his powers to fly.
Yeah, and that wings resembled a bit
Let's
more his
go.
original costume.
And
Just pray to God it works.
Oof.
Set the beast free, eh?
Size does not matter, Charles.
oh come on, you cheat! Oh, I have to tell you.
Okay, apparently Beast can
Show
go
off,
super fast. Yeah, I keep forgetting that Beast can do that. Apparently. The comics kind of forget that too. It's funny because they never show any romantic relationship in the original trilogy.
What?
Whoa.
Magneto, let's not. Don't. You do know that could have killed me if I wasn't ready.
You should have been ready.
How the heck do I end up following you later?
Yeah, that logo that you see on the shirt is closer to Havoc's, one of Havoc's designs on his chest.
Well, 3 mannequins.
Yeah, I'll
If you
admit
manage, if you get one of us killed, you'll get docked 3 points.
I'll admit, as far as comic book movies go, this movie is definitely, finally, not afraid to, be more of a superhero movie. Which was, again, sort of my biggest issue with the original trilogy of X-Men, was that it felt kind of afraid to be a superhero movie at times.
Well, remember the time they came out, Joe?
Yeah, you remember, Joe, before, say, let's just say the Avengers / Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, comic book movies were trying to be still very substantially different.
Yeah, to the point where they sometimes couldn't even say the name of a certain superhero.
Let's see if Banshee...
Yay, he's alive! Now we won't get sued!
Wee...
I'll admit the soundtrack sounds very Avengers-esque. Which is funny because Henry Jackman...
You later go on to do Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Huh. Hit the X. There's something symbolic to be said about that.
Yeah, just don't hit him.
Hank really did not know about this part of the plan.
Whoopsie!
Imagine if he killed Professor X.
That
would really butter the timeline.
Yes, it would. And then the next movie would be about them having to undo that.
Also, sweaty Michael Fassbender. You didn't need to see that.
But it's something for the ladies to see.
Right,
might as well have him shirtless. Okay, Michael, I know you're trying, but you need to try a bit harder.
Okay, Mike, I want you to do something with your hands, and we'll do the rest.
Again, it gets better in Dark Phoenix, I just say that.
He asked permission. See, that's the mark of a true bad guy. He'll ask you permission before going into your mind.
And now you'll get pregnant from this.
Again, like, the movie is shipping these two so badly.
We're like brothers, only closer.
Aww.
Although, again, I'll give him to this. Kudos for actually showing the decent friendship in them and managing to do that in a 2-hour movie. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing to build up, but to actually build it up from scratch in an introduction movie, that is definitely not something done lightly. It actually does help me get a better idea of how they could become friends.
Seriously, this dialogue. Just do it already.
Yeah, like, seriously. I mean, there's no one around to judge. Just find a bedroom and do it.
It's the 1960s, though, unfortunately.
Again, nobody has to know. I mean, using
even McAvoy and Fassbender mentioned it themselves during an interview. Interviewer said, "Extraordinary chemistry between you and Michael Fassbender. Can you talk a little about how you developed that on screen?" And then McAvoy said, "We had sex every morning, and that helped make the chemistry."
It really does feel like that, honestly, with how close they are.
Oh, look at that.
He's done it. Well, oh god. Well, actually, no, it's a 1960s.
He has helped him find the true power, not in anger, but in love.
Look, they're even laughing like they have a bromance.
Cock blocker.
Huh.
Poor Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Pretty good effects that they're using to make it look like he's talking, even though that wasn't, even though he never said.
I mean,
they got a pretty good sound alike too.
They did manage to perfect that already in Forrest Gump. It's pretty much a given at this point of that faking historic footage is easy to do.
It's 1994 against 2011.
Because God knows we're getting sucked into yet another war. Oh boy. Again, Angel, you're completely okay with this, just because people stare at you for what you are. I
Yeah,
get.
there was no real hint about their supposed villainy.
Yeah, this is again. In fact, is her character even a villain in the comics? About you.
Tempest, I don't know. Let me check just to be sure.
So, while this movie's been going on, Hank's been working on a serum that can help suppress the genes of mutant genes, should they wish to. He's been testing them out on himself.
This is actually an interesting plot point here. You know, the initiative to cure mutant kind. Yeah, that actually started with Hank McCoy. Before he embraces mutant powers more so. It's an interesting thing actually brought up in the Spider-Man animated TV series of all things. For reference sake, Spider-Man was all about crossing over with other animated Marvel shows.
Okay, apparently Tempest, yeah, she was sort of a semi-villain in the comics. She starts off with, as one of the mutants that go to the school, but I think she was caught in the whole moment where Magneto faked his death to be Zorn instead, and then she defected towards the Brotherhood.
So, it's awkward either way, then.
Yeah.
It is kind of a shame because it's a blemish on an otherwise very good movie. Again, not to say that this movie is without problems, like I said. Killing Darwin off was just a waste.
Yeah.
All movies have that one thing, kind of.
That's because it's taken from the pilot episode of the animated series where they killed off the shape-shifting character. I forgot what it was called. Morpho. There you go.
Well, they didn't so much kill him off technically. Well, okay, they originally killed him off, but it turned out actually he was alive. And
hell, in this case, it's not even a character in Refrigerator because the death of Darwin doesn't progress anyone's character.
I guess they say at some point, we gotta do this because they killed Darwin and all that, but yeah, other than that, yeah. Again, it just makes me wonder, why even bother with Darwin if you're just gonna kill him off?
Yeah, I'm so sure Mystique will take the injection.
Meanwhile, back to the real plot of the movie.
Yes, the real love story going on. Now, Eric, what have we said about killing?
We're even dressed like it's supposed to be a parfum or whiskey commercial.
Oh, we're on first name basis now, I see.
I drink Ben and Jerry's.
Hate will turn to anger, and
anger to suffering. Yeah.
Yeah, again, Fox at the time.
Wow. It's like Disney getting Star Wars was a foretelling of them buying Fox.
Yeah, I think it was in 2012 where they acquired Star Wars.
Yeah, like Halloween 2012.
How fitting. Yeah, I remember because one of Joe Scorcher's countdowns had that as a joke.
Oh, really? He was around back then, too?
Well, Java, he's been there since 2007, at least.
Ooh, yeah.
He's one of the old guards.
I recently started watching some of his countdowns with the company fails and all that.
I prefer more of his old ones, to be honest, but it's off topic.
So, Hank, what are you gonna do, mate?
Do it.
You hate your mutant kind, even though, really, all you just got is some weird feet, like...
He doesn't want them either.
I guess, even though he's shown to be adapting to his powers, so... Seems like a bit of a weird time to do that.
I'm sure this will not backfire in the slightest.
Oh, it worked?
My God.
No way. He's so happy, look at him, he could cry.
Oh, you're gonna be crying soon. Well, okay, maybe it's a little unstable. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe it's very unstable. Okay, maybe you just done fudged up science, boy.
Congratulations.
I feel the need to rip my pants for some reason. Whoa! Suddenly with the electric guitar.
um, you were expecting Charles on the bed.
Yeah. Get
Come
on.
on, it just writes itself.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Look, if you're going to
Look
morph in...
what she does here. Rebecca Remington!
Oh my god.
The original trilogy.
Huh. That's quite a cameo.
Yeah.
Here we go. Time for another meme.
I said the Rio Raven. And... yeah, and just like that, a meme was born.
Another one.
Yeah, this movie, like
Both
a lot of
Michael Fassbender, funnily enough.
yeah, this movie, like a lot of superhero movies, really started off a lot of memes. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie here. The cameo work with Rebecca Remington was stellar there.
It's a camera winking, but it's not too obnoxious.
And it's one that
This
works.
one managed to do it well, you know. We've had Hugh Jackman earlier and Rebecca
Yeah.
Remington just...
And now those two are apparently in love. Okay.
I mean, at the very least, this movie finally answers the question of someone actually be attracted to Mystique actual experience, you know?
Yeah. Still
Because
though,
cinema scenes went around for years asking to someone to actually not be repulsed by her because they say that she's not that ugly.
although is it cheating if it's Magneto who finds her attractive since, you know, Magneto?
Anyone's fair game, I suppose.
Oh yeah, especially as we've established, Mystique gets around a lot.
Yep.
Even with Sabretooth of all people. Although, again, though, I guess my only weird thing is like, well, it feels like it's been building up to more so a love story between Xavier and Magneto rather than Magneto and Mystique. Whereas with Mystique, it seems like they've been building up a relationship between her and Beast. Not only that, but later movies in this continuity will also act more like she has more of a relationship with Beast than with Magneto, especially Dark
Onto
Phoenix.
The airbase. Bring the crate marked X from Hank.
Hank, what have we told you about late night science parties?
Get it? It's an X. Fucking hell.
But it's yellow. I prefer red. Seriously, Charles.
And
And there they are, the very yellow
Finally,
outfits.
an X-Men movie with an actual X-Men uniform.
Yes. It took us... God, it took us 11 years, but we finally got some proper
I
outfits.
think it suits some more than others, though.
Well, these are the ones of the original First Class, so it kind of makes sense.
Hey, Hank, you look like you bulked up a bit. Why are you coming to us in the shadows, Hank?
It's for the surprise effect.
Is he a...
Oh my god, it's the Cowardly Lion! Okay, so you made a serum that actually enhances it.
So why shouldn't anyone else take it?
I mean, in that regard, this could help us immensely. Although, surprisingly, somehow, I guess...
Oh,
Oh,
wrong words.
Oh god. Are you trying
That's
to
how it
get him
goes.
to kill you? I mean, don't get me wrong.
It's an interesting thing. They get a lot of the characters get their names from other people.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least they get their names, but yeah, it is a bit weird at times.
Anyway, to Cuba.
Oh, the shot.
Jesus, like, does the director just have a fetish for 360-degree shots?
Alright, I know this one. B2, B3, and B4.
Oh, you
It's
missed!
Michael Ironside.
Damn it.
Michael
Why is
Ironside.
Michael Ironside being a Navy commander?
Well,
Also-
he plays these kind of roles a lot.
Either
also
that or
big
he
cool
plays
that
an
God help
alien
us,
general.
God damn it.
Basically, if so much as a missile goes off, it's automatic war.
Yeah. In the original, during actual historical events, there was a nuclear submarine that almost got close to launch missiles accidentally, but thanks to one of the three people in charge of that, they didn't, and that saved the war, basically.
Amazing. You know, it's kind of a reflection of World War One. One man started World War One, yet in the Cuban Missile Crisis, one man prevented World War Three.
Hey, we got a better battleship movie than the one we got the following year.
Oh god,
Yep.
that's right.
Um,
Remember, if it crosses the line.
Yeah.
war.
We're here to stop that.
Yeah, the thing even sounded like the Avengers a bit. It came out before the Avengers.
Huh.
So did Alan Silvestri rip this off?
Maybe he took inspiration from it.
whoa.
Oh, that explains.
Ow.
It was hijacked by Shaw and his cronies.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a ruse.
Remember, we're the US military. We just want to blow shit up.
Now, to the US's credit, they were kind of a little bit new to being the top dogs in the international war thing.
And
So,
now
needless to
Charles
say-
does something very questionable. Mind control.
Crap, maybe I should have waited.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Sir, they seem to
Well, I
have
guess
fired
that's-
on one of their own ships. So technically it's not war.
It's still a ruse.
That's a pretty elaborate ruse, sir. Oh, now you want a new set of orders. Guess that convinced him.
That guy's fired.
Comrade. He just averted nuclear war.
Hooray!
Yeah.
And he still gets
Gotta love the
taken
close.
to
I was like,
brig.
what?
And yet he still gets taken to the brig.
He could join my ranks. Or maybe I should just kill him.
Yeah, he can replace my other telepath.
Yeah, what's her name? The one that I told was ever so beautiful, but I was probably lying because I'm just that much of a dick. An immortal
Oh, yeah.
dick.
A Kevin Bacon dick.
Oh, yeah. This really does feel Avengers-esque the more we go through this movie.
Maybe because it's supposed to be a movie about an actual team.
It really does feel like that. I mean,
Yeah, again, what the previous trilogy couldn't accomplish, making a movie about the actual team working out.
it's weird.
This came out a year before the Avengers.
I mean, for as much as we do like the original trilogy of X-Men, it never really did feel like it was them as a team that much. Even at its best. It was kind of more so focusing on Wolverine more often. Just remember your training, lads!
But we didn't do it over water.
Well, sooner or later we're gonna have to make a simulation for that sort of stuff.
Oh shit! Oh. And now he's using
Yeah.
sonar, Morse code.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
call
it's
that.
it's an echolocation.
Hey, just remind me, James McAvoy is British, right?
Yes.
Ah.
Okay, what the fuck?
Those mirrors, god dang it.
It's his best Magneto cosplay.
So... Uh-oh. Looks like he's going to use all his energy for something.
I'm nuclear, I'm wild.
It's been a while since I've seen this movie. What was his plan? He's gonna blow everything up.
I guess his backup plan is to do something nuclear. Let me see if I can remember.
Just take your binoculars on and off your eyes and say you're lying. Well, I would say you could just tell him that verbally, but then again, you know, there's a lot of noise. Sir, we appear to be servicing.
Yes, I've noticed, and it could be a very, very, very big inconvenience to my plans. Do something!
We're being controlled, sir.
Isn't one of us a teleporter? Teleporter and kill him!
But I'm outmanned, sir.
Captain, sir? I don't think this is a ruse.
No. The Soviets laced our drinks with LSD.
All of our drinks, sir?
Yes.
There's just one problem with that. I don't drink.
Water, I mean.
Yeah, then we'd be boned.
Alright, Riptide is in this movie, I forgot.
He's been doing stuff.
Well, see, now they're doing stuff to try and stop him.
That's going to be a bugger for this concentration. Take my hand, Derek!
I'm always...
Oh, I gotta say, Beast is a pretty good pilot. Wish we'd had him around for the first two X-Men movies when it came to flying the Quinjet.
Yeah, he even said take my hand.
Oh my god.
I'll never take a airplane through tornado training.
Well, now's the time to start. If you
This
fail,
wasn't in the flight simulations.
well, consider this the ultimate simulation. If you lose, we die.
Oh.
It's alright. It's alright. We survived.
Whew. By the skin of our teeth. I hope we don't make a habit of this.
So, what do you think, what do you think Che Guevara would think about this?
Oh. I think they're gonna list it as a drunk reporting. Well, the real question is, what's Fidel Castro gonna think of all this?
That face.
It's up to you, Eric, to save the human race. I hope this doesn't become ironic in the future.
Oh.
3-on-3. Oh. How far does his teleporting work?
Depends. It's not as limited as Nightcrawler, from what I recall.
Riptide is kind of a jobber.
Yes, he is. Talks a big game, but he gets knocked around like a rag doll.
Remember, we're on an army ship. Don't kill anyone. Navy, sorry.
Huh, that was easy. Too easy.
Shit. Wow. Oh dear. Kevin Bacon is pissed.
Hey, where the heck is Angel in all this?
Oh.
Oh, speak of the devil. Oh yeah, that's right, she can breathe fire.
But, oh no, his, thing's gone.
Hmm.
Not to worry.
Alright.
Banshee's here to save the day. We were friends, damn it.
Yeah, for like one scene, now I'm a bad guy. Because I hate the way people stare at me. Yeah, that's gonna be the one link of the show.
Movie, you mean?
Huh?
Movie?
Movie, yeah. Peekaboo. Boy, this is gonna be quite an interesting field report to turn into the government. And then the woman with wings breathed fire at the boy who was screeching to keep himself afloat. That felt good.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, who wouldn't want to punch him?
I guess we can assume he dealt with Angel off screen.
Sorry, Charles. Now
I mean, well, I
I
guess...
have to pay for the emergency ear surgeries of those Navy guys.
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
Oh, bother. Now would be a good time to master one of your powers!
Oof.
I'm sorry for what happened in the camps. I truly am.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Boop.
I'm sure that's what Cain told Abel.
Ooh.
Ah.
Yeah. You see, there's a purpose to those mirrors to stop anyone getting in. So if you can just break one of them, See, guys, even if something does look silly in these movies, there is a good reason for it.
Yes, that's that's a good thing that comic book movies should do. If something seems silly, give it a purpose then, so that it doesn't feel so silly.
Fire everything. Yeah, I love how Kevin Bacon's no selling all this.
Yeah.
I know his character is. I know he's called Sebastian Shaw, but I mean, it's Kevin Bacon.
Playing an evil Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Evil Bacon.
Honestly, Kevin Bacon's more something I'd expect to the MCU, not Fox.
Well, this does feel the closest to an MCU movie that the X-Men universe has gotten.
Oh. Well, not that I want these to be like the MCU, because the MCU is so big.
Although sooner or later they'll be a part of it, but at least I guess it shows that they could be adaptable.
Sure.
Is that what you told Emma, who you kind of just left in prison to rot?
Not to worry, we'll sort her out.
You made me a weapons X of sorts.
Oh. That smile.
Whoops.
Yoink.
Oh boy. It takes all his concentration. Even though I'll be spending all the later movies suggesting that we still work together after this.
Also, I love how in this scene, the thoughts of Shaw are going what Charles is acting out.
Mm.
Yeah, he's not going to forget that, is he?
Yeah.
It's Magneto. He never forgets. Hey, here's the coin you gave me. Huh.
Well, he's finally going to move the coin.
Oh, and just so you know, I'm using the power of love to do this. The power of love can kick butt sometimes.
No, please. Ooh. Yeah. Was Kevin Bacon not able to do a death screen, so James McAvoy had to do it for him?
I guess.
Oh, there's blood on it.
Well, that was actually a pretty creepy death scene.
Yeah.
Especially considering that, Shaw could do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Yay! USA and Russia are now bonded together!
But yeah, they're gonna kill more. But yeah, that means Moira 2 will be killed, but collateral damage.
He's T-posing.
Even though he's dead.
Look, guys! I found Kevin Bacon! Get his autograph!
Who's gonna move his arm for him?
I will.
So, Angel, you sure backed the right side, eh? Huh, convenient, just in time. I see Fassbender was waiting for this moment to ham it up.
So yeah, after all that effort Charles put in to try and help Magneto, fortunately his wounds from the past have not yet healed fully.
Oh.
Shame, yeah.
Not even their love could help.
It's
How
truly a
sad.
tragic love story when you think about it.
It's how it was portrayed, really.
The one time they truce, of course. Sorry, wrong number.
Oh crap.
Maybe she renounces her American citizenship and becomes Scottish because of this.
Fire everything!
Yeah, quite literally. Well, time to write my last one testament.
Eric?
Yes.
There you are.
There we go. Don't worry. I just wanted to do that to show how cool it is.
Especially considering Azazel could have teleported all of them away.
Well, I would have taken too long.
Sir, permission to report, but oh crap.
Oh.
Double crap. Uh-oh. Bah!
Yeah, he's not gonna. He doesn't buy. He's not gonna believe that.
He's been at the mercy of men who've been just following orders. Yeah. Bad choice of words.
Oh shit.
Whew.
We. Wow.
Oh!
Ooh.
What was better with those outfits?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The
The buckles,
Zips.
I
what's it
guess?
called? Yeah,
The
clips.
zips. The zips. Right, they'll stop at nothing to make sure those missiles hit. Yeah, they face death. He's facing death with dignity.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
You know, I know that that's supposed to be tragic, but with that shot, it looked like it hit him in the butt.
Not just that, that's supposed to be the shot that paralyzes Charles. Come on.
Yeah, this is
Well,
another
there's
weird.
a bullet to the spine.
I know, but it's the execution where it's lame.
At least it's not the missiles.
This is actually an
Because
interest-
he's wrong.
This is actually a bit of an interesting twist, though, showing that Magneto and Moira McTaggart, the love of Xavier's life and his best friend, are both somewhat to blame for him getting paralyzed.
Which one's the love of his life and the best friend, though?
You're deflecting. You're deflecting, Eric. And now you have to live with that. You should have joined me, Charles.
Yeah, we could have been the best. The best power couple
Yes,
ever.
brothers.
Yes. I mean, later I'll be played by Ian McKellen, so we could have been the ultimate power couple. Dang.
Well, this is what causes their schism. there's always the thing, sometimes a small, well, it's not really small in this case, but all it takes is one little thing to cause cause everything to fall apart.
I'm just gonna leave my best friend on the beach now. I mean, I get that you're splitting up, but dang! At least have the decency to get the man to a hospital.
Well, they're in the middle of a beach.
Well, get the teleporter guy to teleport him. It's like how it should have ended, showed with Charles going, guys, I'm kind of bleeding here. Now's not the time for a speech. Okay, and here's another weak point of this movie. So, Mystique, who has known Charles her entire life, who took her in, mind you, she's completely willing to betray her brother for Magneto. Aha!
Yeah, no.
Okay, it was bad enough when Angel became a bad guy, but Mystique? Oh, but it gets even better. What are you saying, Xavier? What are...
He read the scripts for the future movies.
Okay, look, just because it's on her mind doesn't mean that it's a good thing to give her what she wants in this case. Especially considering how she's gonna become a cold, lethal murderer, according to the original trilogy. So, yeah, Xavier, her going with Magneto is not a good thing. Jesus Christ. I expect to never bring this up in the future, and I will go back to trying to kill you.
Even the Hunger Games.
Wait, they're in the Hunger Games together?
No, it's just,
Alright, yeah. Hey, Charles, it's probably not a good time to mention that, but I've been working on this little drug that can allow you to walk again. Problem is it takes away your powers. I don't think we'll have to use that, though.
besides, I haven't quite perfected it yet.
I can't feel my legs. Well, yeah, no duh.
Yeah, bullet to the spine.
Yeah,
Especially the lower part of it.
You know, the weird thing is that they try and say that Mystique ran out on ran out on Charles, yet they kind of backed off on that. Makes you wonder if the backlash was that bad.
Well, there it is, the wheelchair.
We'll have a bit of a dry run, though. And I'll become despondent, and I'll become drunk. And it'll take probably a beard macho man to get me back on my, propers.
Yeah.
Oh god, you just cursed yourself. We're still the G-men.
It was the guy who told me to fuck off.
So Moira's the one who came up with that name.
Yeah, that's a lot of the things in this movie. A lot of things that are named were named by other characters.
I mean,
compare these to how Will Smith name drops the Suicide Squad title. This is gold.
Well, obviously.
I'll never tell them where you are, just on one condition. Tell me you'll consider calling it the X-Woman. No. Okay, that was a bit too stupid. Let's kiss.
And there we go. Okay. I think there was
Oh
one
yeah,
review
he
that
wiped her memory.
Okay, there was one review that I saw that completely misconstrued that scene into making people think it was the kiss itself that wiped her memory, a la Superman 2 and 4, even though it wasn't. I can't remember what review it was, but whatever review that was, mate, no.
We gotta establish that men were sexist back in the 60s.
Oh, but wait a minute. been so bored.
Oh, is my knight in shining armor finally about to release me? Not quite shining. Hey, he's wearing the
Classic
outfit that he'll
costume.
never wear again. Well, I mean, in this continuity.
Howdy. You could join the X-Force.
I love how Mystique embraced her mutant head so much that she goes back to being nude. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Oh, one of the few times in this movie a character gets to name himself,
Huh.
his nickname, and the movie ends.
Okay, that was X-Men First Class. The ending aside, I really enjoyed this one. Oh wait, I forget.
Oh.
Is there an after credits scene?
I don't think so. Let me check.
No.
Surprising.
Well, then again, this isn't the MCU.
Well, that's the thing though. It's like, well, X-Men movies at this time had a bit of a thing for stingers too. It would especially
Well,
become a thing by like
twice.
the Wolverine.
It only happened like twice up to this point.
Oh, twice out of 4 times is 50%. Can't be too careful.
Alright, I'll go next. I'll go first, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this way better compared to all the previous. It's finally a movie that gets the X-Men, and it's very refreshing for that. So I fully welcome all of it, honestly. Even the minor parts of it, I may not enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this overall. Next.
Yeah, I gotta say, this movie is better than I remembered it. Like, okay, it really feels like the first X-Men movie that wasn't afraid to be a superhero movie. And yeah, again, I get why the original trilogy, third one notwithstanding, may have done sort of stuff like that.
Hell, it's funny. It's funny you say that, Dover, because Bryan Singer co-wrote the story.
Well, I mean, gotta evolve with the times. I mean, granted, it goes back to why, in some ways, I did kind of like X-Men the Last Stand the best out of the three, because that felt like they were moving the closest to being comfortable with being a superhero movie. But this is that, but perfected. It's funny how you mentioned is that this is like X-Men 3, but better. It kind of is, actually. Not afraid to be a superhero movie. And boy, do they work well with it. Heck, they even let the heroes actually get their code names. That's actually pretty awesome.
Okay, only one thing, if I can point out, maybe. I don't agree with Matthew Vaughn using Kevin Bacon just because he didn't like Shaw's original design.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with Kevin Bacon and Shaw, but you could have avoided using that excuse.
Yeah, I guess
Anyway, continue.
I guess I'll touch up on the things I don't like about this movie because, well, this is definitely a very good movie. Oh boy, when it screws up, it really does hurt a lot because it takes away from the good. First off, the introduction and then killing of Darwin before he gets to really do anything superhero-like. It's like, dang, he didn't even let the boy really be... I mean, sure, he tried to be a hero by trying to bring Angel back after she just outright betrayed them. And that doesn't even matter squat because she still joins up with the bad guys. So, oops, that sucks. And then there's the whole actual splitting of Magneto and Xavier. Now, not so much their splitting. I can see how it brought it to them. I'm talking about the events directly tied to that. Like, okay, Xavier getting shot in a way that doesn't look like it should really damage his spine. Again, the way that scene was shot was awkward. And then the fallout from it. Again, you're telling me that his long-lived stepsister, who he himself showed such great kindness to, wants to leave him for Magneto just because Magneto called her original form perfection. I get that, but hasn't Xavier treated you just as nice, honestly? Like, there wasn't anything to suggest that he... was against her showing her proper form. I mean, obviously, the certain climate being all this and that notwithstanding. But it just really, really rubs me the wrong way to have her do that because it goes against the character established for her, especially since, again, let's not forget this was before the eventual retcon of the history timeline. So as far as fans knew, Mystique would go from being this to being the cold-blooded killer she was in the original trilogy. Whoopsie! And then, I'll admit, I'm a bit iffy with Wolf Xavier wiping Moira McTaggart's mind, because, I don't know, I mean, it kind of feels like it goes a bit against his ethics here and there, especially since, she's supposed to be one of the humans he can trust, and again, it doesn't feel like they really do much with it, especially since, remember, she's supposed to know him later in the future. Huh.
Well, the next time we see her is after Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I know, it's weird here and there. But yeah, okay, that bad stuff aside, it's ironic because some of the problems I have with this movie would later get reversed themselves. Although, admittedly, Dark Phoenix kind of does something bad about that. I won't spoil quite yet. But yeah, okay, now that the bad stuff's out of the way though, I love this movie coming back to it. The music is definitely one of my favorite Henry Jackman soundtracks. It feels bombastic. I like how each character gets sort of their own theme, especially Magneto's theme, which is just stellar here and there. The effects are definitely pretty good, and the characters bounce well off of each other. Except for some few exceptions, which I kind of went through. Man. But yeah, aside from that, though, the costume designs, holy cow! It is so awesome to see the costumes there in proper form here and there. The story is well thought and plotted out, and it is a nice way to see the origins of a lot of these characters here and there. Some new and some old. So yeah, this was definitely a step in the right direction.
And I'll wrap it up. Yeah. I really enjoyed this movie. Some of the complaints you guys have said, I can't say I understand because, again, read comics.
Well, most of the problems I have with this don't even have to do with comics. It's more so within the story itself.
Oh, I did say so.
Fair enough.
And I like the new cast. I like the story. Yeah, I especially was surprised to see a guy like Kevin Bacon play a evil maniacal bastard in the movie for a change. So they are. And the future was looking very bright for the X-Men series at this point, even though it didn't make all that much money at the box office, although it was a modest financial success, meaning that these films could continue. But for the next movie, we'll be taking a slight detour from the stories of these characters and jump back to, well, to be honest, the part of the main reason why people went to see these movies. So join us next time for when we tackle 2013's The Wolverine.
The funny thing is that a lot of these characters established for this movie will be dead by Days of Future Past. And I'm not talking about the future scenes either.
Alright, we'll see you for the Wolverine.
See you then.